Howdy, y'all. This is Proverbs 1 in the King James Version, April 1st, 2023. The Proverbs of Solomon, son of David, king of Israel. To know wisdom and instruction, to understand words of insight, to receive instruction in wise dealing, in righteousness, justice, and equity, to give prudence to the simple, knowledge and discretion to the youth. Let the wise hear and increase in learning, and the one who understands obtain guidance. To understand a proverb and saying, the words of the wise and their riddles. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, and fools despise wisdom and instruction. Hear, my son, your father's instruction, and forsake not your mother's teaching, for they are a graceful garland for your head and pendants for your neck. My son, if sinners entice you, do not consent. If they say, come with us, let us lie in wait for blood, and let us ambush the innocent without reason. Like Sheol, let us swallow them up alive and whole, like those who go down to the pit. We shall find all precious goods. We shall fill our houses with plunder. Throw in your lot among us, and we will all have one purse. My son, do not walk in the way with them. Hold back your foot from their paths, for their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed blood. For in vain is a net spread in the sight of any bird, but these men lie in wait for their own blood. They set an ambush for their own lives. Such are the ways of everyone who is greedy for unjust gain, and it takes away the life of its possessors. Wisdom cries aloud in the street. In the market she raises her voice. At the head of the noisy street she cries out. At the entrance of the city gates she speaks. How long, O simple ones, will you love being simple? How long will scoffers delight in their scoffing and fools hate knowledge? If you turn at my reproof, behold, I will pour out my spirit on you. I will make my words known to you. Because I've called and you refuse to listen, I've stretched out my hand and no one is heeded. Because you've ignored all my counsel and you would have none of my reproof, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when terror strikes you. When terror strikes you like a storm and your calamity comes like a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, then they will call upon me, but I will not answer. They will seek me diligently, but will not find me. Because they hated knowledge, and they did not choose the fear of the Lord, would have none of my counsel, despised all of my reproof, therefore they shall eat the fruit of their way, and have their fill of their own devices. For the simple are killed by turning away, and the complacency of fools destroys them. But whoever listens to me will dwell secure and be at ease, without dread of disaster. Okay, so number one, I don't think this is King James Version. I think this Bible app might need an update or just doesn't have it. This doesn't sound like King James to me. I'm going to have to double check this against a hard copy. And maybe we'll re-record it. Maybe this will just ride. The complacency of fools destroy them. You don't have it all figured out, and life isn't probably the way that you think it is, at least in full. So continue to seek, continue to be humble. Anybody who's watched any of these knows that I love this wisdom tradition. You know, wisdom's calling out in the streets and yelling to people like, listen to me, I'm trying to help you, I'm trying to save you. But the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and if you don't fear the Lord, you ain't going to hear wisdom. So, the other thing is, general purpose. We have general exposition here in the start of it. It's like, what is Proverbs for? What is this book going to be for? And first, 10 verses? 9 are about, just listen to the instruction I'm giving you. This is going to open up knowledge for you. This is going to lay open riddles and practical sense. You know what I mean? Like, hey, don't be a bad man. Don't try to be in the crowd of people like that, because they're only setting a trap for themselves. And sorry, somebody having a blast on the interstate. So I don't know. Also, it's like wisdom is fussing at people and saying like, hey, I'm giving you your chance. And, this is kind of like the parent, like, hey, don't do that. Hey, don't do that. Hey, you're going to hurt yourself. Please listen to daddy. You're going to fall. You're going to hurt. Yeah. A little less harsh, parent to child. But here she literally says, I will laugh at your calamity, and I will mock you when terror strikes you. So when you're running around panicking, waking up in cold sweats, freaking out, wisdom's laughing at you. Wisdom is mocking you, and you had your shot. So it's not to say you don't have another shot, but you are certainly in the midst of calamity and can't just get yourself out of it. So I don't have a whole lot today. It is April 1st. Got to have breakfast with some gentlemen from the church, and I'm very grateful for that invite. So it was nice. I put out a call on here for some iron, sharpen iron, and the Lord answered in real time. So praise Jesus for that. I've just been trying to do what I got to do and be more about my prayer life, praying out loud. And I encourage you to do the same. Listening to a bunch of good guys on YouTube at this point and trying to have some more person-to-person interaction in the comments, and I'm enjoying it. So whoever listens to me will dwell secure and will be at ease without dread of disaster. Listen to wisdom. Seek the Lord. Fear the Lord. That's all I got. Go with God and be blessed.